your family and friends, to your husband and your wife. I can tell you about mine and what's been applied. So stay tuned and buckle in for the ride. My past experiences are for your ears to hear. I'll tell you tales from my past year. May do a review on some beauty products. You can catch me on the stream when the grease is popping.
And the Miss Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
Okay.
The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
When the road is bumpy and everything is shaky, gotta live and love and show it on the daily. You do your thing and I'll do mine. No judgment here, there's only love on my mind. It's not always right, some things are not easy. We can toss and turn until we make it easy. Keep a smile on your face and encourage one another. We only live one life, so we gotta love each other.
Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
Oh yeah.
The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
The lesson we learn won't stop or block us. We're all in the past, so let's get to walking. Live and love each day as your last. It's funny how time can flash. This is your life, so you better live it. If you really want something, work hard to get it. Join me on my journey and watch the show. We'll do it one more time, but by now you should know.
Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
Yeah.
The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
Okay, okay.
Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
That's right, girl.
The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel.
We out. Say Spiky.
Spiky.
Say Spiky.
Spiky.
Hey, it's a club party.
It's a club party.
Hey,
It's a club party. Okay now. Hey, it's a club party. Hey, it's a club party.
Do the spike gang. Do the spike gang.
Do the spike.
Do the spike
Do
gang.
the spike.
Do the spike gang.
Do the spike.
Do the spike gang. Do the spike gang.
Do the spike.
Do the spike gang. In the club right now, say
In the club. Okay. Hey, it's a club party.
Hey,
It's a club party. What kind of party is this?
It's a club party.
Just one more time. Hey, it's a club party.
Hi.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. 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 Love and Live Show. It's hot. Taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and Live. Let's go. Love and Live Show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Eli always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and Live Empire bringing all the heat. It's time to turn up. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you Figured nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and Live Show.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and Live.
It's the love and live
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up and stay. Love and live. Get up and stay. Love and live.
Love and Live. Each day as if it was your last.
The love and live show. The love and live
Visit Love and Live Shots.com.
All right, welcome everybody.
Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. I hope you guys are doing well.
It's a nice hot day over here today.
Yeah,
So it's been a little act up.
it's hot. A little act up.
Yeah.
Let's do act up.
Well, incoming from you, because we had a nice hot day. Now you're trying to refresh yourself with some iced coffee.
Yeah.
So, when that starts kicking into gear, we're going to be on a roll. But anyway.
You act like I act up when I drink coffee.
You act like you don't act up when you drink coffee.
I don't.
This is a known fact. Here on the Love and Live show, Queen Lenora gets the coffee, the caffeine starts coming through, and then the act up is the answer. All right, so we have some people in the chat.
Yes, we do.
We're going to go ahead and start from the top and start welcoming people in. All right, getting yourself all fixed up.
Yeah.
We're going to welcome in House of X Entertainment. We stay entertaining. Hey, we stay entertaining. We stay entertaining. We got House of X saying, hey. You know what they also said? You in the pool.
Elias.
Queen Lenora stays in the pool. Hopefully we can take her out.
I have a text that says I'm not in the pool.
Okay, you have a text that says you're not in the pool.
I do.
But
I have
still,
a text, so I'm not
doesn't
in the
mean
pool.
the fact that you still not in the pool. I mean, you might not be in the pool at that time, but
No,
now you're
I'm
being thrown
no.
in the pool again.
No, I'm not in
So
the
what
pool.
can you do with this?
I can't talk to you.
All right, you and the pool have a real strong relationship. We're gonna have to kind of talk about that.
No, you
But so House of X saying you in the pool. We gotta also welcome in the 5-time award winning,
what?
chinchilla wearing,
What?
sunglass wearing.
Woo.
Can you smell what he's cooking? We got
Yo, it's your boy Leo.
Get it. He in the building. He said, hi, Ken, hi, Barbie.
Oh.
All right.
It's a Barbie world.
All right, we're gonna.
It's up to something.
Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. We gotta go ahead and welcome in Mr. Blue Carpet. Let's get it out for him. Outstanding man. We got Prince Daniel. Prince Daniel's in here saying, "Hey, Queen." And live my ninja. What's good, Prince Daniel?
How you doing?
We're gonna go ahead and take this time.
Yeah.
Open up this file. This is a precious file
Yes,
right
it
here. Have you
is.
seen this file?
Yes.
We got
The Bud Files.
The Bud Files stepping in.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, Bud Files? What's going on?
How you doing?
All right, hey, do this spike
This
spike.
spike.
Hey,
It's a
club
club
party.
party.
Hey, we got.
Hey,
It's a club party. We got
Spiky.
Spiky.
My
in the building.
2024 president.
Come on, Spiky for 2024 president in
Woo,
the
woo,
house, holding it
woo.
down.
Yes.
Saying, hey, what's good?
Oh, enjoying ourselves.
All right, Prince Dane said we run the commercial again. I see.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
You know, we got to
Spiky
get
said-
ourselves ready and into where we at.
Spiky said, "President here." Okay, what's good? We gotta welcome in
Steve
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Steve, how you doing? He said he's checking in. Peace and blessings, family.
Yes.
Good to see you. Good
Nice
to see you
to
too,
see you,
Steve.
Steve.
What's good with it? How
Love
you doing
to
today?
see you, Steve. Yes.
Now, somebody is in here. All right, she's giving us an update about herself, but we're gonna go ahead and welcome in Sweetheart. Sweetheart, she said tomorrow she's not gonna be online. She's going away for vacation. She's packing up and she's gonna get up early in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So she's gonna be missing game time. Okay, sweetheart.
She's getting ready to go on another
Yeah,
vacation.
she said,
I need a vacation. What's the song?
I need a vacation. That's what you already said it.
I
We got somebody on the move, okay? All right, we've got
Anthony on the move.
What's good, Anthony?
Hey, Anthony.
He said, "What's up, team?
How
Feeling
you?
good today."
Oh,
All
that's what I'm
right,
talking
Anthony.
about.
What's good with it?
Yes.
What's good? Now, Sweetheart, let us know that she likes your shirt. She's a queen.
Thank you. It's a
Thank you,
whole
sir.
outfit too, girl. Got pants matching and everything. I am cute today.
All right, she said, "How are you doing today, nephew?" "I'm good. I'm fantastic."
Yeah, he's doing good.
All right, we gotta go ahead and welcome in my mother. She's stepping in. We've got
Mother Earth Consultant.
All right, what's good? How you doing, mother?
Yeah.
All right, Spiky saying free tacos.
Oh, I can't wait to get my tacos.
Free tacos, of course. And on the
Ooh.
food topics, Sweetheart said for dinner she had some rice and salad, some Dessert, melon, and strawberry.
Yeah,
Oh,
you come
okay.
over there, but I know dinner's early for
Yeah,
her.
yeah. She over there in a different time
Yeah,
zone.
so last time I think it's like 10 something her time right now.
She in the PM.
Just
We in the early day.
Well, we in the PM.
We in the PM, but she in the PM. She might be in the PM going into the AM.
There you go.
All right. So with that being said, we have caught up with the chat.
Yeah.
If you guys have any relationship related questions,
please put it in
feel
here.
free to drop them in the chat.
Yeah, we're doing shout out today and questions today, right? So we're doing shout out and then the question is they can get a prize, but you have to be here at the end to get the prize. Because some people lost their prize last time. So
okay, so yeah, whoever comes through with the most best questions, all right. Well, just questions in general. If you come up with a question, that right there is an entry for you. All right. So the questions that you're throwing in is an entry. So we're not just gonna do the light questions. If you got a really good question, we're gonna pick out of the good, good questions, and that's the person who's gonna win the prize. So if you had a really, really good question, we had a long conversation about it, you got a chance to win. All right, and then are we doing a hashtag? What's the hashtag? Hashtag fill in the blank.
Shout out.
Okay, hashtag shout out. All right, make sure you throw in hashtag shout out so you can get a chance to win the shout out for this week. Yeah. Okay. That's what's going down.
Yeah, and you don't have to be here for the end for the shout out.
No, you
just
don't.
For
you
the
just
prize.
Need to throw in hashtag shout out. That's all. So throw in hashtag shout out for a chance to win the shout out this week.
Yeah,
got it up just the way you guys need it right now.
So while he's talking about that, we're gonna be doing. Make sure this is for shout out. You do not have to be here at the end of this show for you to win the shout out. But for the prize, you have to be here at the end for the prize.
All right. So with that being said, we got to welcome in
Sandra Clark, aka Boo Bear.
Boo Bear's moving in, saying, "Hey, sisters and Strawberry and Bro Panda, happy Wednesday. It's always good to see you guys. Love you guys, my fan bam." Okay.
I love you too, sweetie.
All right, much love over here too, Sandra. It's nice seeing you. What's going on with it? Make sure you throw in hashtag shout out. Throw it in hashtag shout out. Prince Daniel, Mother Earth and Soul, they doing it and doing it well. Make sure you throw in hashtag shout out. But on that note, if you guys do have any relationship related questions, drop them in the chat for a chance to win a prize.
Yeah, we all about prizes today.
So now that out of the way.
So now we're gonna start with our first question. Are you guys ready for the first question? I don't know, because usually you start off with the title, or sometimes you don't.
Before we get into this question, we got to go ahead and welcome in
Bonnie Jill.
Bonnie Jill's in here saying, "Hey, Queen Lenora and Elia, what's going on, Bonnie? How you doing today?" She's in here. Bonnie Jill. How's X doing? Hashtag shout out. They know what it's about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hashtag shout out. Do that. All right. So now, with that being said, and I'm going to say just one more time, relationship related questions, drop them in the chat. Now we're going to get into the title here, okay? The title, you might even see in the thumbnail. All right. Watch this movie or it's over.
Now, you know I don't understand.
Okay.
You know I don't like that.
Watch this movie or it's over. Now, it might not completely be over. We're going to get into some more details right after we welcome in Mia Chanel. We got Mia in the building. All right, it's Aquarius vibes. Okay, she's stepping in. She said, "Hey fam, how are y'all? What's good, man?
Doing?
It's nice seeing you. It's nice seeing you. We got
is nice seeing you.
Chanel in here. All right,
loving it.
Adding some more layers, adding some more details to the situation. Okay,
know.
So y'all know. She said y'all be having new season. All right,
we glad we do.
adding some more details. You know what's going on with the Barbie movie. Okay, Barbie movie is very controversial. A lot of people talking about the Barbie movie, so on and so forth, right? So this is a young couple. His girlfriend went to go see the Barbie movie. And apparently once she's seen the Barbie movie, it changed her perspective on things because she came back to him. He asked her, "How's the movie?" All right. And she didn't really give, too much detail. She didn't really say too much, but come a couple of days later and she's saying, her perspective has changed since she watched the movie and they need to watch the movie together. And if he doesn't understand what she's seeing, by the time that the movie is over, their relationship is going to be over. And he's sitting here like, what? How you going to watch a movie and have this whole,
that's what I'm saying,
whole chronicle on things, let alone the Barbie movie? So then you start acting up and he's like, what do you do in this situation? So That's what's going on. That's what's going on. All right. Bonnie said, "What movie? Any movie? No,
You know, it's a
it's the Barbie movie."
I did not know. Oh my goodness.
All right, me and she said, "I'm glad to be here. I'm on my break at work. Had to tap in. All right, appreciate it, Mia.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so my thing is, you know, I don't like ultimatums. That's just one
no
of the things
ultimate.
I
I'll be
don't.
back. I get the thing out the air fryer.
Okay, I don't do good with ultimatums, so I'm just not on that. And I shouldn't have to. It should not be something I have to be forced to agree with you on a movie. You know, you could think one thing and I could think another, but you trying to say I got to believe what you believe or get out of it what you got out of it. That's just that thing where you're gonna tell me what to do and I'm gonna do the opposite. So why even do that? And I think people are going crazy too much over a movie. Like, I just don't see it. Like, it would be wrong if we went crazy over a movie. Like, I just think that it doesn't make sense. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like, I didn't go see the Barbie movie. My daughter went and saw it and walked out of the movie. It was very inappropriate for kids. They talked inappropriate, you know, and for it to be, you know, for it's Barbie should be a kids movie because that's what you grew up on it. Just because I was grew up on Barbie, it should not be an adult with me now. And some of the stuff that they were saying is inappropriate, and I probably would not want my grandbabies to be seeing that. And she was supposed to be taking my mom's friend's grandchild, and I was like, no, because we don't want them to be having that type of conversation, you know, in front of the kids. And so I don't know what dynamic that changed this person's life that made it where I don't you not even important to me anymore. You are irrelevant to me. And if you don't agree with me, then this relationship is okay. Dang, my pizza black.
Just a little bit. It's okay. It's just the top, not the bottom. But anyway.
The top is the toppings.
Yeah, but it's not like burnt. You'll see when
burnt.
you try it. But anyway, so I think with the whole thing with the okay, well Bonnie said, I would say this is a movie and we are in real life. Use your words and communicate with me.
Yes.
But
I agree with you, Bonnie. I really do.
The whole reason about this movie being this whole big thing is because it has some social commentary on it. You know, a little bit of like men and women rights and stuff like that. So pretty much with that social commentary, she stepped in and had a whole new outlook on things and pretty much said if he don't make the changes that he needs to change, then it's going to be over. Because if you watch the movie and doesn't see what she sees, doesn't have this whole big moment as well, then it's a problem. And I can understand her wanting him to go see the movie.
That's fine.
That's fine on its own, and maybe ask him at the end, oh, did you feel anything after? Or did you?
Yeah.
But you going to the movie and saying, if you don't see what I see, it's gonna be a problem. I think that is a big problem.
And that's why I said we would have that problem, because now I'm not even going to see the movie because you put an ultimatum on me, and then not only are you putting an ultimatum on me, you're making me have to think about what you're feeling in the movie,
exactly.
And I can't even have my true feelings.
You know, art is subjective. You know, it don't even matter what we talking about on it. You know, you could watch a movie and be watching it still with, oh, this is Barbie kind of vision, and oh, you know, they trying to make a joke out of Barbie. It's funny, ha ha ha. Mm-hmm. Whereas she over here looking and she's seeing, of course, the political undertone or the social undertone that is there, and she is aligned with that. Yeah. So if he is watching the movie just, you know, without those goggles on, and he don't see it, now all of a sudden he got to be without a relationship. Yeah. I feel
my thing is, I just end the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sandra, she said that's crazy. I feel like, excuse me.
Exactly.
I mean, my whole thing is just it's a perspective thing. You know, put it the whole opposite spectrum of things. Yeah. Let's say, I don't know, Barbie is more of a feminine movie. I would say. Trying to think of something that'd be more like a young man kind of thing that a woman maybe not really want to watch like that.
Like wrestling. But I don't want to watch wrestling.
Okay,
so making me watch this wrestling and tell me to understand the soap opera part of the wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. So you got this wrestling movie, and then during this whole wrestling movie, you come through with the whole life-changing perspective on things, and then you want your girlfriend to watch the movie, or he wanted her to watch the movie, and then she watched it and see is just wrestling. They just throwing each other around. There's nothing to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does the same thing that she doing. I think it'd be very problematic.
Yeah.
Sandra said, I'd be like, no, then I ain't going to the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want to put stipulations or force their opinion on me, I don't even want to see it. And that's facts. This is
that's what I'm saying. I agree 100%.
I think the approach is off. I could kind of understand what her intentions were. She wanted him to go see the movie and be like, oh, do you see this is actually a problem that relates to the real world? We can go with that. But her saying, it's just approach. You saying you watch the movie or it's over. Exactly. It's just problematic.
It is.
It shows how much you value the relationship, especially over the Barbie movie. Now, it don't matter how political the movie could be or how socially advanced it could be. I'm hearing Barbie, and I'm like, you letting Barbie between our relationship.
Yeah, we ain't having that.
It's just kind of like, I'm hearing wrestling. You saying what? This wrestler is now getting in between our relationship. It'd be a problem.
And my thing is, you're not getting paid. You ain't getting no money.
We spending money to watch the movie.
And then now we basing our relationship off of it. Oh, you tripping. This is why relationships don't work. People doing stupid stuff like this. I see why ain't no relationship working.
But I could kind of still see in its own what's going on there. You wanting them to go see the movie. I
that's
understand
fine.
that.
That's fine,
but
baby. I want you to see this movie. This movie is good.
Extremes.
And this is what I got out of it. I want to see what your opinion is. That's a whole different type of conversation. But then we be like, oh, we're going to go to the movie. If you don't feel the way I feel, we're going to have some big problems in this relationship. Well, we already have problems because you done said that.
Exactly. I think that's kind of just it with the conversation. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to say. But I think it just becomes a big problem when you pull up with, of course, the ultimatum.
Yeah.
All right.
And we don't
like Sandra's saying, putting stipulations on the relationship.
Yeah, we ain't doing
Why does what you want to watch or what you see more important? And I think that's something to also talk about too, though. What about you being in a relationship and there's something that changed, maybe political sense or social sense. Maybe somebody's more aware of something. And so you guys have been doing this for a long time. Now they want you to change. How do you feel about that? And I feel like it's kind of a similar thing.
My thing is, you can't ask me to change. Like, we're going to change regardless, because when you're with somebody, you end up changing and you're molding into what each other are and stuff like that. And that's fine and dandy. But you telling me to change something that you already accepted is pretty much not going to happen. Now, you can request and be like, babe, this is what I need. Or, boo, this is what I want from you, such and such and such. But you had all the opportunities in the beginning to have a conversation. Now, things that newly come up, you can be like, what is this new thing you're doing? This is not you. What is this? And we can have a conversation about that. Back and forth, but don't be up there talking about, queen, I don't want you to be into M&Ms anymore.
Then you going to be like, you already know Eminem is my piece right there. You acting up.
So I like Eminem collections, and you gonna tell me no? Like, what is that? Hello, Well, I don't want you to be in the Betty Boop no more. See, we got a problem. You're telling me too much of what you don't want from me. Well, you're not gonna get that. Next, I think sometimes we just see how far things can go, and I just feel like don't let nobody push you in that corner of how far things can go. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and understand who you are, and love yourself enough to know that I'm not changing. I'm not doing it, because in reality, you can never please anybody. So the best person is just be yourself. And if you love me for who I am, you accept all of me. But if you don't, then you don't. So bye. And that's how I look at it. That's just my contribution to this conversation.
So, even taking this whole conversation, do you feel like what should be done? You feel like he should continue to be in this relationship, try to work things out, communicate?
Oh, well, I'm not even going now.
Or do you think
I would just be like, I'm not going. Say, do what you want to do. You don't want to be with me no more? Peace. You want to be with me? We're cool. But I'm not going now. You have messed it up for me to go. So next. You're not bullying me into anything. That's just one thing you're not doing.
And I think that's the big deal. I think nobody want to feel pushed into a situation.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is. It could be something small. It could be you spending one penny. You being pressured with that 1 penny, all of a sudden you feel like, why I gotta be pressured? Why couldn't you just ask nicely?
Exactly.
And if I say no to 1 penny, then what's the problem? Or it could be something simple. Oh, let's walk across this street instead of this street.
But you mean those are that's different than
No, I'm saying, but when you
it.
build, when it layers and layers, and then it becomes something like this, where it feels like now you letting Barbie get in between our relationship. That's what I was just thinking about. Honestly, I could care less about what's Barbie. Going on. Yeah. It's childhood Barbie is getting in between our relationship.
Exactly, and I'm not.
And I think that would be very problematic. I think that would just set things off in a way you wouldn't want them to.
Yeah.
But we got to go ahead and welcome somebody in. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Queen. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, King.
Oh, don't you be changing her song like that. Nah. We got Advice LLC. We got Advice in here.
Hey, sweetie.
She said, hey. Nora, King Elijah, and chat.
Woo.
Happy Wednesday. Okay, Advice. It's nice seeing you in here. It is nice seeing you. How you doing? All right. Bonnie just said, I feel like Elijah's going to be an amazing husband one day. Can I get an amen in the chat? No. We're not doing that one. Can I get an amen in the chat?
Woo!
All right. Okay, but with that being said, now I think that kind of concludes that whole Barbie conversation. But I feel like it is an important conversation to have because, especially in a younger relationship, I can kind of see something like this happening, but it's just being done the wrong way.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, you being young, of course, things may change your perspective on things. You might go and maybe a friend or something has opened your eyes, or you watch some form of media and now you kind of have changed, read articles. There's so many different ways and things that can change your perspective, especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
But it's all about how you approach that change. You don't want to push that change on somebody, especially your relationship, your partner, especially if you care about them. Yeah. These are things that you think about. How do I approach it in a different manner? And I think that this was just something that was handled improperly. And now frustration is being made of it. And, what's done is done. Now they don't even want to watch the movie. Now they just second guessing the whole relationship.
It made me not want to watch the movie. Nobody offered to take me to movies here. So I'm going to just have to agree with that. No, we're not doing ultimatums on nobody. Mm-hmm. You're not going to tell me how I'm supposed to react to a movie because you reacted that way. I react my way, you react your way. Yeah. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be a relationship. I thought we was grown folks. It's a two-way street, yeah. This is not no grown folks conversation. This is like, what you gonna tell me? I'm not your child. You know what I mean? If I was a dude, I would be like, I'm not your child. I'm your man, and you ain't gonna tell me I gotta think like you think. That's not gonna happen here.
So while we do that, we're gonna go ahead and let everybody know to throw in hashtag shout out for a chance to win the shout out this week. Make sure you do it. Throw in hashtag shout out. Don't matter if you got one already.
Yeah.
Throw in hashtag shout out. Okay.
Yes, please do.
We gotta go ahead and welcome somebody.
Wake up.
Wake up. I just had a quick dream. I felt like, just the world around me was a little bit different.
Is it?
The people around me were different too.
Was it like you were being country in another country?
It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that. You know what I was doing? I was African dreaming. We got African dreaming in the house. All right, African dreaming.
Woo, woo.
Okay. They said, amen, young brother. All right. Unbiased said facts. We got to welcome somebody in.
Is that
it's Marcus. Hey. His Lexus got them curves. His Lexus got them swerves. Hey. What's good? How you doing, this Marcus? He said, hashtag shout out.
Woo, woo.
All right, African Dreamers. I've been in the bushes, fam. Been busy.
I know. Y'all be busy. Y'all don't be playing around. I'm telling you.
Oh, we got African Dreaming. It's Marcus said, how is everyone?
We doing good today.
We good in this side. We good on this side.
Yes.
All right. So now with that being said, I feel like we should step into the next question. Sandra came through, I believe, with a question, and she said, I got a question. All right. Is it a big deal if your partner makes more money than you do? And if so, why?
It's not a big deal to me.
I think it's more of a man conversation, though. Because I mean, when the whole paradigm of our conversation of finance comes in, it's more of the men having a problem than a woman. But I think honestly,
I think it shouldn't be. I mean,
Mhm.
I can't explain on how a man would feel about it.
yeah,
But in my mind, as long as I'm respecting my man regardless. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter how much money he makes. I'm not
yeah.
gonna belittle him because I
I
make more
think
money
that's
than him and
I
stuff
think
like
that's the
that.
conversation right there. Because all right, we're gonna welcome somebody and we're gonna get into the conversation, Sandra. But thank you for dropping this question. All right, we gotta go ahead and welcome in LG.
LB,
Oh, my bad.
LBG,
My bad. We gotta welcome in LBG.
LBG.
We got LBG in here saying, "What's good, everyone?
What's
Good to
good?
meet you. How you
Me
doing,
is
LBG?
too. I couldn't even
Oh,
talk.
good to meet you too. Hey, okay. So
Or maybe I had too
LBG,
much coffee.
LBG stepping in saying, man or woman is only a big deal if one person that makes more throws it in the other person's
That's
face.
what I feel.
And I think that's exactly what the conversation is
Yeah.
whenever we talk about finance in a relationship, because I feel like, especially if it's been the other way for so long, like men being the breadwinner, right? So saying the man has been working his job, then he loses his job or something like that, or he's been working and they kind of been in a similar price range, money making range, but then she get this big promotion, big deal, new job, whatever happens. Once that shift comes, I think a lot of the conversation is more on the woman kind of being like stepping in a little bit in an uncomfortable area.
I don't think it's an uncomfortable area. I think there's people, and I say it's on both ends with men and women. I think it's some people when they get a certain amount of money, they change and they change their behavior. They think they're better than somebody. They think they're more than somebody when they're making so much money. So I feel that's what that conversation comes. Is I make more money than you, so I'm the breadwinner in the family, and I'm this, and I'm that. And you have this nonchalant attitude, and I think it's very weird and disrespectful to me because there's a lot of women that date men that don't have a job, ain't pitching in nothing and giving him much respect. And then when you have a man that got a job, and just because you make more than him, how dare you then
belittle him? I think really just the mutual respect all around is what the foundation is, and I feel like regardless of financial, I mean, like you said, you could be broke. Y'all both could be just about homeless.
Exactly.
All right, and you could be with that person and still respect them. So why is it when money gets involved, we let ego, pride, all that step in, and then all of a sudden we have to let that be the face of the relationship? And
my thing is, ladies, respect your man. You know what I mean?
I think the big thing is also, the woman will also step out, just like the man will. But I think it's different when, it's a whole conversation kind of happens with, of course, the women. But I think some women, they kind of are extra vocal about it. Like, it doesn't matter because I make more than him anyway. I can buy this.
That's what I'm saying. That's not respecting them.
Exactly.
Respect your man. You know what I mean? My thing is, I think a lot of times we see so many women and men and the dynamic of a man not being a good provider, not being a good daddy, not doing all this. We keep that in our heads when there's so many men out there that are providing and are taking care of their kids and are doing the things they do. So then you put on this, now I'm making more money and I want to smash you down and belittle you and then wonder why the man don't want to be with you. You can't put down a man and dog a man and then expect that man to be loyal and faithful to you. He has to feel just as secure in his relationship with you as you need to feel secure in a relationship with him. You know what I mean? And I think it's a two-way street, but it's a different street. We're crossing on one street. One's going down this way, and the other one's going this way. But my thing is, either way it goes, my man wants to know that he's the only one for me, and that I look at him with high regards and respect for him. Where a woman wants to know that her man is going to protect. So if anybody come up on her and try to come and attack her, that her man is there to protect. They both want a certain type of protection, but it's two different types of protection.
Things. Exactly.
And my thing, if you got a man that's working and he is helping with the bills and doing all that stuff, how dare you belittle him because you make more money than him?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you, and I can put money on this, that if he was making more money than you, and you was making less, and he's saying I'm providing, I pay for all this stuff,
Yeah.
you don't have no say to his money. Women switch up real quick and be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What? You said what? Because I know I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and you saying it ain't my. So my thing is, we need to respect each other as such.
It's both sides, you know, because there's two extremes. You know, you got the man being like, I'm making all the money, I'm buying everything anyway, so you doing this, why does that matter? I'm the one making the money. That's often a conversation on the man's side. And then you got the woman being kind of the same thing, but talking about like, I could buy this on my own, I don't need you, you know, type of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And,
I don't need you. And I don't think, even though, because I've been hearing this conversation where women be like, I don't need you, I don't need you. And I'm going to just tell you, and I've said it myself, so I'm preach it to choir. I'm not just act like it wasn't me. I said it a couple of times myself. But my thing is, no, you don't need that man. And neither does that man need you. The thing is, we both want each other. We both love each other. We both should be respecting each other. And if you want me to respect you, you must respect me. You know what I mean? Don't think I'm going to respect you and you ain't going to respect me. So that's a thing that I think we lose sight of. It's the words that come out of our mouth that stay with us forever. And my thing is, if you belittling your man, I promise you, ladies, there's a woman that's ready to swoop up, and she will not belittle him. She will make him feel like the king of all kings. You know, like he hear God and hear your man. Like they just that far apart from each other. And here you are belittling him. Like, oh, so he did the dishes, and I do the dishes every day. And I hear women say all the time, I'm like, but if I take out the trash, Chris could almost do a backflip because I don't take out the trash. So if he does the dishes, I'm going to be happy my man does the dishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't get the same respect that we want back. We don't get the same cheering that we want back. But we'll cheer our friends. We'll cheer our
everybody
family
home.
members.
Woo, congratulations.
But we don't want to cheer our men on. Women, what is wrong? We need to be cheering people on, our men. Forget everybody else. Cheer your man on. And watch him be a better man. You belittle him and ain't going to do it. And he ain't moving up because you belittle him. Okay,
all right, so now with that being said,
I
African Dreaming, they said this a little bit earlier, but they saying greetings to all that's listening. All right, they can't get to the chat right now. Yep. They're busy. African Dreaming, they got things going on.
They do.
But Sandra, she said this question I've seen on TV and in real life. You know, folks have conversation about this question, Sisters and Strawberry and Bro Panda. But to me, it seems like it's a mere an ego thing for men. It's a pride thing.
It can be a pride thing, but I'm thinking if the woman is making him feel good, it will no longer be a pride thing. Now, sometimes you can't stop a man from feeling the way he is, and that don't have nothing to do with you. That's something he got to deal with on his own. But there's sometimes a man, because they grew up, men grew up being told, you're the provider. You need to take care of the home. You need to do this. You need to do this. I mean, it's been drilled in their head to be that way. So,
you know, your family, you just constantly hear everything. Be a man, be a man.
And don't cry, this and that. I mean, you get all this stuff. So then when a woman is making more, they feel less than the man. They feel like they're weak. They feel like that.
It's a sense of like, I'm not doing what I need to do. You know, I'm not living up to the expectations that are placed upon me.
Yeah, and we as women should understand that. And then also we raising boys not to do the same thing. Like understand it's equal. I remember it was probably about 20-some years ago, probably 24 years ago. I was working at this place and the lady was talking to me about her daughter and her son-in-law. She was like, yeah, my daughter goes to work every day and her husband stays home and watches the kids because, you know, childcare. I thought, oh, yeah, I'd rather my man stay home and watch the kids and pay childcare. That don't make no sense. And she felt so relieved because she thought I was going to be saying something negative. But I'm like, if he goes to work and whatever he's bringing in is only going to cover childcare, why the heck is he going to work?
Yeah.
Why is he working for somebody just to bring in childcare money when he could be at home saving me money on childcare? And then I can get a meal when I get home? Shoot. Get the cooking. You know, I love that cooking and cleaning up. Now, if it's a man, he just laying on his butt and I'm still paying for childcare and he laying on his behind, that's a different kind of conversation. You know what I mean? But no, No, I mean, like, we need to understand that things have switched.
Yeah.
And women, we are all in about women being able to do this and women's
Equal
rights
rights
and all
equal
that.
opportunity.
But stop! Don't forget that's still your man.
Yeah.
And you be like, I don't care. I don't need a man. Well, if you don't need a man, why you got a man?
Yeah.
Why are you asking for a man? Why are you on dating sites and stuff? You don't need a man. Because you don't have to have a man. You can get a toy and sit at home and chill. But you got a man or you want a man. So respect your man. Like, I just don't understand how we do so much more for other people and cheer everybody else on and give everybody else love, but we ain't going to cheer our own man on and give him love and all that. And don't understand the things that they do. Like you playing games that you don't really want to play. It's like you playing Russian roulette, and then when that bullet goes off and he leaves you behind, and then he's really good to another woman, then it's like, why couldn't you be good to me like that? Why you can't? Did you do anything to make sure I was comfortable? I loved you and you tore me apart. And men are more sensitive when it comes into a relationship or breakup than a woman is. We get breakup, we cry, moan, and we pop into another relationship in the blink of an eye. A man, they get broken hearted, they dog other women at the blink of an eye. And is that the woman's fault? So think about that.
All right, so you got to go on that.
My mouth. I was mad. Yeah, I get mad.
Saying facts. This was all earlier. Sandra said, women and men both have different ways of feeling secure in their relationship. We need to honor that as partners. All right. LBG is saying having independence is key as well, I think.
You can have independence. That's not a problem, but don't rub it in your partner's face.
Yeah.
That's my thing about it is I'm not stopping anybody from having that independence. Just don't rub it in their face. Don't put them down because you independent. Like, we all independent. Like, I remember saying I could do everything on my own. I was doing everything on my own before I got a man. I could do everything on my own after I have a man.
Yeah.
But that ain't something I need to be throwing up in my man's face. I did say these things. So I'm being honest. I'm acting like I was not perfect. But I learned to shut up and stop saying it when I actually started hearing other women saying it and saying this doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows you don't need anybody. You know what I mean? But it's the thing that you desire to have a mate. You desire to be in a relationship and a healthy relationship. But if you want the man to be healthy to you, women, you got to be healthy to that man. And the reason I say that is because I don't think a lot of people stick up enough for men because there's so many. All the men that you see are always the deadbeat men, the doggish men, the ones that ain't doing nothing. And those are the ones that are being glorified. So you hear about that. So we always when we get a man, we put all that pressure on that man, on our man. And our man ain't nothing like that. But because that's all we've been drilled in our head, we focus on the same thing.
Well, Sandra said, I'm proud to look and see my mate, my partner, that he is a provider for our family. It is a comforting feeling, sisters and Strawberry and Bro Panda.
Yeah.
You know, we got to get well with this next person.
My sisters in the
All
building.
right, we getting fit. All right, we in it. We got
Wellness with Frugal Mama. Hey,
you got to go over there and get well with Frugal Mama.
Yeah, she will keep you
all right, she got it going on.
And snatched.
She can be doing the live stream. You can work out along with her. Get you some motivation on the side, too.
Exactly.
All right, we got to go ahead. Is your nails done? Let me see your nails.
No.
Oh, they need to be. Oh, come on now. You know you got to hit up this next person.
I need to go?
You know who it is?
I need to go to RX
Nails. She said, "Hey y'all,
hey.
We got RX Nails in this section. How you doing, RX Nails?" Okay. Now, wellness with Frugal Mama earlier, of course, in the conversation saying exactly childcare is expensive.
It is, and that's what I'm saying.
Said, man, this is what I've been missing out on. Very glad I subbed to y'all.
Yes, I'm glad you subbed too.
LBG said,
I don't even know if it's
LBG said, respect. Now we got to go ahead and welcome in.
Yeah.
GJ34. GJ3 in the piece.
Yes.
All right, GJ3 saying pride. You know, some men, it may be deeper than that because of pride. Yeah. There could be a host of reasons depending on each case.
That's true.
All right, and Wellness for Frugal Mama said, "Oh no, everyone need to contribute."
That's what I'm saying.
And GJ3 said, "Not every man is the same."
That's true too.
There are reasons, so study your reasons.
Exactly.
All right. Wellness for Frugal Mama saying greetings to everyone. Mm-hmm. Sandra says, "See, I'm a at-home mom, and my hubby he works as the provider."
Yeah.
LBG saying like and share, y'all. We appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
LBG.
LBG. I'm
All
trying
right.
to sound like you now.
LBG, yeah.
LBG.
DJ3 saying some men reasons to be for a season,
Yeah.
and it may change later. Study, and study carefully too.
Yep.
All right. DJ3 saying try the spirits. To try is to study.
Yep.
To try is to examine. To examine is to well to. All right. Okay, GJ, you over here coming through with some
exactly
spoken word over here.
And if you go to the channel, you're gonna get some spoken word.
I
can hear the music in the background when you're doing it.
Exactly. Right. So with that being said, all right, I think we're gonna step into our next question. Sandra came through with that wonderful question.
That was a great
and
question, Sandra.
If you guys have any other relationship-related questions, feel free to drop them in the chat.
Yeah, we're giving out prizes for relationship questions today.
Now, and everybody that's in here, make sure you guys throw in hashtag shout out. Throw in hashtag shout out for a chance. We want to give out shout outs. Yes. Throw in hashtag shout out. If you don't know, every Friday here on the Love and Live show, we do shout out time, and that's just a video showing appreciation to different creators or just channels on the platform. Yeah. So, our people who don't got channels, hey. All right. LBG, LBG, Samuel. Okay. Stands for Little Brown Guy. For real. Okay. Thank you. All right, Samuel. I got it, Samuel. I got you. All right. DJ3 said happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Now, with that being said, throwing hashtag shout out, we're going to get into our next question. This was a little bit smaller, a little bit petty. Or not petty. I wouldn't say petty. This was a little bit more of a smaller situation. Now, it is pretty big, but, you know, it's kind of like an early relationship endeavor. Mm-hmm. Now, we've got the boyfriend and girlfriend, and, you know, they're coming in talking, you know, getting more serious, more commitment with things. They've been together for a while. And, you know, they're thinking about, of course, a long-term type of thing. And with long-term comes in moving in. All right. So he, you know, usually married, but not in this case. But anyway, we're just going to say we're in the moving in process, right? So I feel like with marriage, you need to have this conversation, get things cleared out. So they're kind of rushing things a little bit. But they're living together. All right. And as they're living together, you know, she got some dogs. She has some dogs, and it comes bedtime. Now, bedtime, she always sleeps with these dogs. And now he is in the bedroom like, I'm not feeling these dogs. And so he's feeling a little bit disrespected by the fact that these dogs are here. And he's having this conversation, and she's just, you know, she's not budging on it. But he's still not feeling like he's getting what he needs out of this conversation because the dogs are still in the bedroom. You know. So how are you feeling about this? Not the eye roll. How are you feeling about this? You know, a lot of people, they do sleep with their pets. They sleep with their animals. And so now when you have a partner and you're still doing this, how do you transition into that? Okay. So first, my biggest pet peeve is moving in together without being married. I just feel like it's just too easy. I think a commitment should be really made and not just talk about. Yeah. Two, my thing is, if you want your man to move in with you and you have your dog sleeping with you, before he moves in, before you have your dog sleeping with you, my thing is you need to start weaning your dogs out of sleeping with you in the bed. So when he comes in, they're already not sleeping in the bed with you. Yeah. So it shouldn't be something like, oh, you want to move in and tomorrow he moves in. They'd be like, well, you're going to have to take about a month to do this because I got to wean the dogs from sleeping with me because now you're going to be sleeping with me. Yeah. And then that gives you opportunity because then she'd be like, well, you got to sleep with me and my dog. You could be like, well, I'm not sleeping with them dogs. I'm not moving in with you because I'm not sleeping with the dogs. We can't. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna. It ain't gonna. Situation it's just not gonna. Now we might be able to work out, but these dogs being in the bed is kind of a problem. Yeah, because I don't mind you having a dog, but sleeping with. Unless you don't mind the dog sleeping with you. I mean, that's to each his own. But he has a problem with it. He got a problem with it. But that's something you would have dealt with before moving in. You did that. Because my thing is, I don't think you moved in not knowing that the dogs don't sleep, that the dogs didn't sleep with her. I just feel like if you moved in and you didn't know the dog slept with you, then you knew you moved in too soon. Too fast. You was rushing things. Yeah, that's just way too fast. I think that's kind of what happened in this situation. You rush things, and then all of a sudden, then now they're getting in the bed, and it's like, whoa, you got dogs. They all up in the bed. You know, I knew you had dogs, but I didn't know the dogs was in the bedroom. Yeah, and I thought they're outside. Out the bedroom dogs. Yeah, they're out the bedroom dogs. Yeah. So
my thing is, this is why I say people don't communicate and they just jump into relationships and they communicate.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when, I'm all about, if you meet somebody, y'all date, then y'all dating. Yeah. And you're dating several different people. You're not just dating one person, because if you just date one person, of course you're just going to fall in love with that one person. Mm-hmm. That's the only one you see. But when you're dating several people, you really get to choose who you want to be with. So if that person's like, I just want to be with you, you can be like, I'm not ready for a relationship. Mm-hmm. Or you can be like, oh, I've been waiting for you to ask. And then you guys have that. But my thing is, and when you're dating, there should be conversations. And great conversations that don't feel comfortable, conversations that make you really think about stuff.
Self-reflective conversations.
Yeah,
all different type of conversations.
Yeah, not I just please you. Whatever you want. No, we're not doing those type of conversations. We getting down to the nitty gritty.
Because when it comes down to it, are you finna be in the bed with these dogs or not?
Well, even if the dogs, I mean, you gotta understand, even if the person didn't have dogs, you're taking two people moving in together with two different thought processes of how to live. Exactly. One person wants to put their clothes in a hamper. The other person wants to lay their clothes wherever they take them off at. Yeah. Those are conversations and arguments that happen in real relationships.
That is true.
You know what I mean? There's one, I need you to take a shower before you go to bed, but I only want to take a shower when I wake up in the morning. Yeah. Those are conversations that will cause issues. So right along with the dog, all these conversations should have happened before you moved in together. Which again, I don't agree with moving in together, but you do what you want to do, and all that. That
do make a lot of sense. Yeah, that stuff you want to iron out.
Yeah, so to me, you just jumped into it, and now you have a problem. And she's like, "Well, you knew this about me, and you accepted it. So why now you having a problem with it?" And that's where the issue is. Okay. Huh? Nobody ate this right here. You want to eat this, Chris?
I'm talking about this other one.
What other one?
The square
one. No. Oh, Chris. Yeah, she gave me to it. Sorry. You're going to talk to me and then tell me to sit here. LBG said, I can't. My girl's dog isn't ready to share yet. And see, that's what I'm saying is like, dogs have emotional feelings. And you could think they're just a pet, but they do have their own personality and they do have emotional feelings and they do feel some kind of way. Period. GJ3 said, this is a very touchy one because people do love their dogs.
They do love
and
my
mama loves her dogs. My mama, but I bet you the dogs ain't sleeping with her in the bed. I guarantee you that. Sandra said, amen. RX now said, I'm doing good. Thank you. Couldn't type a minute. Ego, girl, I understand you be working, girl. I understand. And I need my nails done. We're not going to show those today. Right?
You're not showing out your nails?
Nah. Sandra said, so very true, Sister Lynn, Strawberry and Broke Panda. And then GJ3 said, ooh, yes, Queen. There's a lot of conversations to have before you go into the bedroom. So know who you go into bed with today. That's what I'm saying. I mean, my thing is, even with that GJ3, like, I have a problem with, I meet this dude and then we sleeping together. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't know my middle name. You don't know my favorite color. You don't know what I like. You don't know what gets on my nerves. I might be crazy. You might not want to sleep with me because I might be ready to kill you, kind of crazy chick. And then you done got me pregnant and now you got a crazy chick mama and to wonder how that happened because you didn't think twice about it. Now your child got my behaviors and your child. You don't be thinking about stuff like that. You like, I got this crazy woman for the rest of my life because I wanted to quick it. Oh, no. I'm just saying y'all got to think twice. In the same way with you women, just letting somebody come in there and lay eggs in you. That's what we're going to call them. Lay eggs in you, even though we're the one carrying the eggs. But, that's just what it is. Like, y'all need to really think about it, like, clearly before you having sex. Because, one, I know people are not scared of diseases no more. But if I was single, I'd be scared of diseases.
I'm just saying.
Because everybody seems like they got
ready to catch them all. They're collectors.
They're collectors of diseases. I don't want to collect one.
They like, oh, it's like a Pokemon. They want to catch all different strains. All right, but we got LBG. He said, I apologize to ask this, but I don't know y'all's story. Kids, together, married.
Nephew, auntie, husband over here on the side, daughter over there.
Let's reevaluate things.
What?
Favorite nephew?
No, not favorite nephew.
Let's get into the conversation.
Not favorite nephew, and he's lost the case 2 times, and we ain't doing no more cases because he keep losing. So no, we're not favorite nephew.
Like I said, favorite nephew. But GJ3 said, "Oh yeah, the DNA, the bloodline is very important today too.
Yeah, but they don't act like it is, and that's what I'm saying, GJ. Three people, and nobody knows no. I've talked to people that have been together for 6 months, and they know nothing, like nothing. And then, like when I'm talking to their man, and I'm asking 20 questions, they learning as I'm learning. Like, how you learning when I'm learning? You guys sleep together. These are conversations that should already been had.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, Sandra. She said, I have another question. All right, we're gonna get to your question.
Okay.
All right, but LBG said, and that's why I asked. GJ3 said, if you want to break chains, then become to know about the bloodline.
Yeah, because you don't know. Like, you know what I realize is people can look normal right now, but then when you look at their bloodline, they could grow into that. Right now, they normal.
Yeah.
But then when they get older and they brain click and go through some issues, they can be crazy. And now you got it in you talking about, oh my God, I didn't realize you was like your mama, your daddy, your uncle. I didn't know because you wasn't like that when you was younger. So you just sleeping with anybody, you don't know. You could accidentally sleep with somebody, I guess, because that's what everybody wants to say. Accidentally sleep with somebody and accidentally get somebody pregnant. And now you accidentally got this child. And you know, people say for 18 years, that's a lie for the rest of your entire life. So you pass away or your child passed away. That's when that ends.
Yes, that is more than 18 years. You know, you gotta take care of your kid throughout your whole life. You know,
and they never go away. I'm gonna tell you how I know. I ain't never went away from my mama. My mama still, and I'm grown. Okay, so no.
Throwing hashtag shout out. All right, and LBG said, nephew, your auntie sounds like she gonna give you some good advice.
I try, but he don't like listening to me.
DJ3 said, become to know the bloodline, not just a thing.
Yes. You want to be careful because, especially, and I say this, you know, people talk to women all the time. They talk to women about these things, but I'll be like, men, understand what you could be, your life can be ruined. Like, these women are now crazy enough, and they were back crazy in my days, to enough to kill you. Yeah. So, and you just thinking you can play games with emotion, and you think, oh, I'm playing. No, you playing Russian roulette, and you don't even know you playing Russian roulette. And somebody can tell you, you know, your girl crazy. Yeah, I like her like that. Boom. Then you're in the hospital later. Time I didn't know, and now I can't get rid of her, and ain't nobody believing that she beat me like this because you didn't. Men, be careful where you laid your seed.
Sweetheart said, what are you drinking, Queen?
I made me a coffee. There's this guy at one of our pop-ups that we do. He makes coffee, and it's in a can. And so I like it because I don't make coffee at home. That's one of the things I don't make, and I don't even want to learn how to make. And Elijah and Chris won't make me coffee, so I had to buy me a can and tell, because I got some good coffee from Blind Guy, his wife, and their life, but I can't get that made because neither one will make me coffee. So.
All right.
Canned coffee it is, and it's good coffee.
Sweetheart, she said she made a drawing for us too.
Oh,
Sandra,
okay.
She said big fat sisters and strawberry.
Yes.
And you know, GJ3 said not just a thing, like that Lauryn Hill song.
Yeah.
All right. He came through with the lyrics.
Oh, girl, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only
not the girls being worried about the girls.
That thing. I hate when you do that because you know that's what I look at. I don't look at what you put on the screen.
I thought you was gonna look at that though. I understand what you mean now. But you know, it happened. We all know the jam. We all know the song.
Okay, hold on. I'm doing my other one. Girl, you know you better watch out. Some guy.
Oh, come on now. You done messed up the whole jingle.
I don't like the guy.
Never mind. No. That we left.
That's because you put the thing up and wrong.
Oh, that's where we're going to go. Because I didn't do it. That, you know what? We're going to leave that alone. But yeah, with that whole dog in the bed situation, all right.
You see how that whole conversation went around? Because there's more than just the dogs in the bedroom. There's a lot of things that could be a substitute for them dogs.
The devil in the detail.
Yes, and my thing is, again, I'm going to tell the dude that wrote this letter, that's your fault. Because my thing is, you could have said, oh, boo, I can move in with you, but the dogs ain't sleeping with me. That could have been a conversation before you moved in. Yeah. Before you packed up all your stuff, gave a lease, or left your mama's house or your friend's house, your roommates, whatever, and said, before I move in with you, I just want you to know the dogs ain't sleeping with us. So if you need some time to wean yourself off from the dog, that's what we could do that. Or we just gonna still stay separate because I'm not doing that. And you realize then you don't have to worry about giving her a ring because if she ain't ready to wean from the dog, then she don't need no ring on her finger.
Boom, there you go. I mean, and it's just case by case. It's whatever you feeling.
Now,
You gonna take what you want to take. That's all it is.
And you gotta understand, people in the beginning of a relationship, both men and women, in the beginning of a relationship, are on their best behavior.
I'll be right back.
And that's why I have to ask crazy questions. Me and Chris, I'm not to this day. I talk about the crazy stuff because I asked Chris, and Chris is right here next to me to tell you I asked 20 million questions. And some of his questions were so jacked up, it just had me yelling at him and screaming at him, cussing out. So he knew who I was from the beginning. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I told Chris, there's no reason you should be trying to leave me or break up with me because I showed you all my crazy signs in the beginning. I actually have calmed down since the beginning of our relationship. I'm not the crazy chick I was then. When I met Chris, I was done. Like, I didn't want to date nobody. I didn't want to have a relationship. And then there he was in my face. I didn't even know how he got there. So that song by Deborah Cox, How Did You Get Here? That's how it was because I was not expecting Chris to actually win me over because I didn't like Chris at first.
All right. So,
right, babe?
Mm-hmm. With that being said, you're not liking the love of your life. All right.
And he's the love of my life, but I
know what you mean from before that.
And he didn't know how to communicate that well. So there were some times when, by the time he communicated, it was like a delayed response. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I'm mad, and so I'm yelling and screaming. And again, I didn't care, so I was never on my best behavior with Chris.
Exactly,
I really wasn't looking for a relationship.
You was on the foolish.
Yeah, because I wasn't looking for a relationship. Like I wasn't like I. Wanted to date because I love dating.
So it was just about your works.
I just wanted to date. But I was not looking at relationship.
Yeah, relationship.
So he had me. Yeah, and I was.
Because you was done.
Well, it didn't take me long to be done. I was done before we started. Like, my dad was like, I got this guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just how it was. Mm-hmm, okay. Come over and meet him. Okay. And I was just coming to do my laundry. I didn't really care. And then he won me over for 5 seconds, and then it died down. When I came in, he greeted me. He stood up, shook my hand, and everything. And then after that, I didn't like him.
All right. Well, we're going to get into this next question for today. All right. GJ3 said, a hard part in relationships, though, today is compromise. Again, it goes back to knowing who we are with, though, too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be with the wrong one having to compromise, especially when you get married too.
But that's the thing right there, GJ3, where we go with communication.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people are thinking, oh, this is who I'm with.
Yeah. And
then when they say I do or move in together, they see something totally different because the newness has worn away. So what you see and the newness, you think, dang, I got me a good woman. Dang, I got me a good man because it's in the newness. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we comfortable now, and now you see in the other side of you, like, I didn't want to be with this one.
I don't want that on mine.
I didn't know.
That's the wrong one right there. Can we return that?
So you try to compromise and work things out, but it can't work out because who you compromising with ain't who you was with. Yeah. You with a whole new person.
Yeah. I can definitely see that too, and that is a modern problem that does come up. But and I feel like even with compromises, some of it really is mainly a conversation. It's communication. Yeah. You got to understand why they want this compromise. Mm-hmm. And if you're willing to, you can say why you're not or how you feel about things. And then that gives better understanding because a lot of people, they'll think compromise and be like, you need to be on the same train that I'm on. Mm-hmm. I don't like this. And it might be something simple like, oh, I just don't like, I don't want you heating up my microwave past 30 seconds. Like, but I'm used to putting my food in the microwave, heating up the way I want to do it, you know. So it could be something simple like that, and you want to understand the compromise. It's a conversation right there, so you can respect it, so you can do what you need to do.
And my thing is meet the friends and the family, and in a setting where you're just walking around and talking, you can hear conversations. Mm-hmm. You can eavesdrop when nobody's really thinking you listening. They hear conversations about the person, so you kind of know who they are. Don't be waiting until after you move in or said I do, and then you meet the family and realize, what the heck, I didn't know she was this. Because you might walk around at the barbecue, they're like, I can't believe she got another one. And this one
Yeah.
gonna marry her crazy, but you might want to have your ears open to that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. What's going on?
You shocked she got somebody. What do you mean? You know, so really be in that where you communicate and then you talk to the family and friends. Because I even say when people be doing those dating apps, I'm like, you need to have a family and friends fill out that dating app because people think they one way and they be totally different. Some people think, oh, I'm so loving and I love kids and I want this and they can't stand kids, but they don't know they can't stand kids. They don't know that they're not nice. Like they don't know these things. So those are things that I think you should always make sure you meet the family.
Well, GJ3 said, I agree. A good communication with each other is a must for
Mm-hmm.
any healthy relationship too.
Yes.
Now, stepping into this next question.
Oh, we're in the next
All right. This next question right here. It's a very difficult situation. All right. It's not very difficult, but it is a situation that you do not want to be in. All right. So this is a young relationship. You know, high school love. They're having a good time. And of course, she has an ex. Okay, so, and she has an ex, and they're kind of over that stage, or at least he thought they was over that stage. Well, you know, she go off to college, stepping out of the state, and then he finds out that she got with the ex while she was in college.
So the ex is out of state too with her?
Yeah, he them flew out somehow, ended up in the same place, same time. You know, a whole bunch of coincidences here. And so now he's over here in the other state thinking about how he should handle things. You know, how does he advance with the relationship? Should he even give it a chance? Should he leave it, let it go? You know, he's young, he's got his life ahead of him, but this is happening. He really does have strong feelings towards this young lady here, but he's like, what do I do?
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no more other details, you know.
I didn't know. I'm gonna say, first of all, this is the time when you self-reflect, not thinking about her emotions, but thinking about yourself. This is where you can be selfish and only think about yourself. So self-reflect. Understand, can you forgive her? Is this something that you're gonna try to hold over her head? Is this the only reason you staying because it's gonna hurt if you tear off the band-aid better than if you just stay with her and torture her? Mm-hmm. These are things that I think you should really think about, because if you're only in a relationship to torture her, let it go, because all you're doing is really torturing yourself.
Yeah.
Because if she already cheated once and you now torture her, she gonna cheat again.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. So my thing is, this is all about you. Can you handle it? Can you handle staying in a relationship with her? Can you actually let it go that she cheated on you with her ex, somebody from the past? These are things that you need to be able to ask yourself. That's why you need to be by yourself. Like, this is something I'll be like, I can't talk to you for a while. I need some space. And that's it. And don't think about if I give her space, she gonna be with this dude. Because if you already have that thought process in your head, then you don't want her back, because that means you're gonna be pretty soon. She can't go with a friend. She can't do this, because you're gonna always think she's cheating. So self-reflect, figure out what you want to do, and even if you don't know, let her know. We still talking, but things ain't gonna be the same time. I know where I want to stand with you, and if you don't want to wait, then you don't have to. Peace, and that's my answer. But if you want to wait for me to understand if I can be with you, then we can do that. But you have to have that moment and time for yourself to be able to think into something you want to be with. Because, baby, let me tell you, there is plenty of girls out there that would be with you. Period.
Now, Sandra, she's coming in saying, amen, so true. Folks these days, they don't take the time to get to know each other. They think just hopping in the bed is okay, and then getting in a relationship and find out they really don't know each other.
Exactly.
Or things about their partner. Now, Sandra did come in through with the question earlier. I feel like you wrapped that one up pretty fast there. Stepping into Sandra's question, she said, I have another question. What if your partner is all of a sudden out of a job due to medical issues or being laid off, and they have to work for a while? And they have been out of work for a while. How do you handle that situation?
That's good. I've been through that. My husband worked, I don't know how many years at his company, and then he just got hurt. So now he's on Social Security, and before then, you know how long it takes to get on Social Security, and you got to be denied and all kinds of stuff. So there was that thing. My thing was, for me, when it was my husband, I just wanted him to understand that he was still the head of the household. He still was my provider. I love him no matter what. Don't be stressing because it's right now hard for you to get a job with the illness that you have. My thing was to really try to build him up.
Yeah.
Because my husband's the type that has to work. He's worked all his life. So he didn't know how to function without working. And he loves to, when he has money, to make sure everybody's happy and provided for. So he would make sure I have money to do whatever I need to do, plus to have my me time and all that. That was just the type of man my husband is and was and is. And so my thing was to let him know that I don't look at you differently. But he was feeling like he was one of those, like, and I'm just talking on my own, what I'm thinking he
Your
felt.
perspective, yeah.
That he was like one of those deadbeat men that, just depending on a woman to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he worked since the day I met him. Like, he's always worked.
Yeah, so it wasn't like that wasn't proven already.
Yeah, I mean, he was taking care of me and my sister before we even got married,
Mm-hmm.
And so that tells you how quick it only took us, like 8 months of knowing each other before we got married. And he was already providing and taking care of us then. So my job was just, for me, and I can't say this for all the other women, was to make sure that he knew that I'm not looking at him different. I don't care what society is saying or what anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
In this household, we looking at you still as the man in the household. We looking at you still as this. Just because you can't work now doesn't take away from all the stuff that you did. Now I got to do my part, and I got to help out and do whatever I need to do. That is what we are. That was my whole thing with him. Mm-hmm. And when he couldn't find a job, I was like, you know what? It never took you this long to be able to find a job. God got us, and God has something for you, and let's just bear with it. And it took him a while to be able to understand that but he went into depression. So it took him a while. He didn't even know he was in depression, but he was in depression. And that's how it was. But God has always provided, always kept us afloat, always taken care of us. And I never made him feel like he was less than because he didn't have the money at the time. And like I said, couldn't get a job. And it took forever for us to get Social Security. But God is amazing because he stopped doing Social Security. And some lawyer finally was like, they was hunting him down. Like, they was hunting him down. And then they got him like, we got court in 2 weeks, such and such and such and such. They was hunting him down. So God made a way for him to get Social Security and take care of. And even with that, we've been provided for very well. And so even with his Social Security, we're still provided for very well. So that's what I'm saying is, like, your job, women, as, we always just stay stuck on submitting. But my job is to make sure I'm my husband's biggest cheerleader. I got his back. And I don't care what the world thinks about my husband as long as I care and love my husband. Yeah. And that's all that matters. And I think that's all a man needs from a woman, is to know that he's secure in that relationship with his woman.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes back to the other conversation we was really having earlier. Because, I mean, there's so much that goes on, even with medical issues, in a relationship. You never know. You could be here in this situation, living the best life and living, A1 to health, to tomorrow, in a critical condition, losing a limb or having something critical happen to something, a vital organ in your body, like your heart, your lungs. So, everything can be compromised in a second, So with that being said, I think, of course, understanding that. And I feel like if you know your partner, and with the love that they show and how they operate through that will really help a lot of things. If you know that there's a certain security there that, you're not going to be thought of less than in your situation, then that's such a burden off, because I feel like even a small injury, even getting sick or something like that, the first thing that a lot of men will tend to default to is kind of that mentality, that I'm not doing what I need to do. Of course, it goes down to that being drilled in constantly. You need to live up to this standard. You need to do this. You need to do that. So whenever you're down, or you down in a part where you feel like you might have to start even depending on your partner a little bit more than usual, that kind of is a certain comfort that, you might not be so comfortable stepping into.
Exactly.
So and then you also have to think about that. So now that's them second guessing themselves or being down on themselves or hard on themselves during that situation. As the partner, I feel like that is something that would be wonderful for you to be able to do is comfort them during that time of need.
Yeah, and you got to understand that even in our process, it's something that takes a man out of his position for him. So he took himself out of that position, even though I didn't take him out of that position. He took his own self out of that position. So then he's angry, he's mad, and he's trying, and he's frustrated. And what a man don't want to hear all the time is, "Baby, you okay? Baby, you all right? Baby, baby, baby." After the first 2 times, let it go. Let him figure things out on his own. Just be supportive. Let him feel good. Encourage him in other ways besides saying, "Baby, you're all right. Baby, is this okay?" Because now it's like,
you really the burden now.
Now you're making me feel like I'm not all right. Now you're making me feel like, and even though the person ain't all right, that's what he feeling like.
Now
she
got to ask him all right. Every
5 seconds, so now she's taking care of me like I'm an invalid, and now he's mad. So you can't be doing too much. Like, ladies, you gotta get ourselves together. Like, we can ask 2 times and not back to back. Baby, all right? You ready? How you feeling today? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go there? We ain't got no money. Don't worry about that, baby. We got this.
That's what I'm saying, because it really does vary the whole scope of situations. It could be something minor, like you sick, got a cold and you just down for a couple of days. You start thinking that too, or you could have an arm broke or something, and it scales up really.
It does, and you got to understand when I'm saying that when Chris was going through, I was a housewife, so I didn't work.
Yeah,
I did volunteer, but I didn't work. So even when he was out, we had no money, so we were living like, I didn't go get a job. I was still volunteering. I was really into my volunteering at the time. And then the kids started getting into performances. So then I'm traveling, and so gas money was needed and such was needed. But that's when I say, when you really put your faith in God and He's going to provide and take care of you, it really is that you got to really put your hopes and dreams in. The moment you speak negativity on your life, that's when it happens. So you speak nothing but positivity over your life, because there were some times where we weren't able to pay our rent, and I've said that many times, and our rent was getting paid for at least 4 or 5 months, and that could have been 6 months, and we didn't know where it was getting paid for. I mean, it was what it was, and so you got to understand, even when you're trying to help somebody, you can get on their nerves at the same time.
Yeah, there's like an overly kind of over helping.
Yeah, and nobody wants to feel like
they're a burden.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's the bottom line.
That's all it is.
Ain't nobody wanting to feel like now you have to act a certain way or step out of what you usually do. And even if you usually have, and even if it's something that you have to do, it's like it's all about the approach.
Yes.
I can imagine, you people, they go to army and stuff like that. Now they have to depend on their wife and all that. Maybe lost a limb. Now they be wheelchaired around and stuff like that. The last thing I would want to feel, even with the apparent weight that I'm now unable to do what I was usually able to do, is now that I'm such a burden to my family and the people around me, and of course my significant other.
Exactly.
I think that's terrible.
Yeah. So basically, you want to be that supporter.
Yeah.
And have that person back, but don't overdo it, because men are like, and I say this, and I know there should be another way to say it, and I don't know how to word it, but right now men are more sensitive than women are, and so we need to understand that they were raised different than we. We could be in the same household. Your brother and sister, y'all could be living in the same household. The women were raised a certain way and the men were raised a certain way, and they don't know how to deal with it when things happen where they can't do what they normally do.
All right, now we got to catch up with the chat right here. We'll be back about 10 minutes. GJ3 saying, no matter if you're dating, courting, married, in this world we live in today, infidelity can cause trust issues.
Yes, it can.
So watch how you talk to each if one or the other has done this too. All right. Sandra, she said, facts, this isn't strawberry. My husband is the same type of way. All right. She said, my hubby is the provider, but unfortunately, out of work since July last year. He's been out of work since July of last year due to medical issues, and he left his last job because of hostile work environment. We're gonna go on with Sandra, but LBG saying real people cut for each other when they mean it, and they cut, and when they cut for you, you gotta respect it.
That's true.
All right, Sandra saying he's always worked his whole life, and he's been the man. He's been the main provider. He's been the man. He's been the provider. And he was taught as a young man to grow up as an adult to provide for your partner. And he's been out of work and filing for unemployment. They're not trying to give it to him because he quit and he was not let go. But he only had to quit because of a hostile work environment and because of his mental health. And he had a cyst mass on the side of his face, and they want to do surgery to take it off. And he's used to working, and him being home and frustrating to him because he helps to do on the house.
I'm doing work myself.
Yeah, and I'm doing work myself on the kids. I can't help and stuff also, but we try to work together as a team. But for him, he was like sisters in the strawberry. He used to work. He's used to working, and as you said, Chris has always been the same way. So my husband, I support him and I don't belittle him. I lift him up. I try to make him feel good about himself. I let him know that it's okay that you're not working right now, and it's okay. God was providing the bills to pay, and you'll go back to work when God says it's so right. It's the right time for that. We've got a lot of stuff to the home, and the phone is totally organized and clean. Yours done, and things bought for the home to better organize. To better organize it, so there are a lot of better things in the home that for that standard wise that we feel better about the home. Having company over is more presentable, but the topic of him working, I just do my best to respond to uplift him and uplift his spirits, and let him know that it's okay that he'll go back to work when God says so. All right. She said, "Thank you. You know what? I don't look at my eyes. I don't look at you in my eyes different, and I treat him the same way as he's the provider still, and he's the head of the household, no matter what. Just because he's not working right now." All right. Okay. So we got through that, Sandra.
Yes.
Okay. Now LBG saying, "Man, I'm gonna have to send this link to half of my exes. Hopefully they'll listen." LBG say, "You got this, Sandra. You sound like a solid rock. And as a man, we don't see or admit our weaknesses."
That's true.
And LBG saying, "Now this the real talk right here." All right. Okay, we gotta welcome in.
It's tea time.
Come on, wine. I know you in the mood for some tasty food. Ring that bell coming in. Please don't be rude. We got tea time.
We gonna get better.
7:44 in the building.
We gonna get better right now. Like I said,
all right. She said,
it's time.
Boom.
Look, I said, it's
Okay.
tea time. It's
tea
time. 7:44.
Tea time 7:44. She said, kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room?
The queen.
All right, it's tea time. Come on now. She said, hello, chat. We also got to welcome in somebody we love
sissy.
Creating with. We've got
Creating with Todd, the Unleashed Crafter.
She said, hey, my sissy, loving this show. Hey, chat.
Hey.
All right, Tea Time says hello, chat. We got to go ahead and welcome in
Avi.
We got Avi.
I'm not going to mess it up today.
No, don't do that. She said, hey, y'all. How you doing, Avi? What's going on? We got to welcome in somebody who is special and precious to us. We got to welcome in Precious Pieces. She says, hey, y'all.
Hey,
she's driving and listening.
All right.
On the road again.
Hey, on the road again. Now to Sandra, yes, it gets you're doing really great.
Fantastic.
And I think that's the amazing thing about it is that you're doing really great. And to be able to support your man in whatever he's going through right now, that's hard, because sometimes as women we want to fix our men, you know what I mean? But we have to sometimes think of it this way: when our man try to fix us, we don't like it, so let's not try to fix him. You know what I mean? So it's that thing you want to keep in your mind, because really, like, the love that you have for him and all that will come into place. But it is something that what we're breaking down is barriers of how we taught and how we were raised and how all that. So that's the barriers that we're breaking down.
Yeah.
And knowing that you are supporting him and loving him and letting him know, hey, when God give you a job, you have a job. You might never work, but God will provide either way. So that's just how it is.
That is. That's how it's going down.
And yeah, and just make sure nobody tries to come for him. And if they do come for him, then you shut it down. This is my man. This is my household. Don't be disrespectful.
He provide what he need to provide.
Exactly.
Right,
you don't know what's going on inside this house. You know what I mean? Like, you be in that protective mode. Because I wouldn't let nobody say anything. They'd be like, "Well, has Chris applied for every job there is, and don't play with my husband." And they weren't trying to be rude or disrespectful. But when every time somebody sees you and they're like, "Oh, we got this job for you. Oh, this company's hiring," that gets on a man's nerves too. Because that would get on my nerves. If I'm looking for a job and I've been applying everywhere and I ain't get one, and then every time somebody see me, Joe up here talking about his brother and cousin, uncle, mama talking about, there's a job over here. Well, apparently I ain't getting the job. You know what I mean? Because I even remember when we came back from Texas recently, and I remember my mom was like, I'll fix your resume and I'll do this. And she fixed my resume. But guy was like, no, you ain't getting a job. You said you want to be an entrepreneur. Get your butt out there and entrepreneur. Work your butt off for your entrepreneur. That's what you wanted to do. So get your butt over there and work. And I had to work and hustle for my entrepreneur job, So now I own my own business. And it still ain't easy. And I still got to work. And then I still got to work.
But it's still better situation
but
you wanted to be.
Yeah, but God said this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
You told me this is what you want. Now you're looking for a job. So you don't believe that I'm gonna give you what you want?
Yeah.
And then that's something you have to do because you're doing it by yourself. And from people on the outside looking in, they're very judgmental and they very got something to say. So sometimes you might not see a look. You might not see or feel what he's feeling. You might think a question is very simple and not harmful, but it could be very harmful. It could be very, attacking. Because I felt attacked. Like, y'all act like I'm lazy because I want to start my own business. Go get this job until your business starts. No, I need to do this because if I got a job, I would never have started my business, or I wouldn't be working my business the way I'm working it now. I work hard at it, and I make sure I go to every pop-up there is, even when I'm tired, even when I don't feel like it. I make sure to go to every pop-up. When I don't see things coming my way, I make sure I don't have any other income coming in for me. So, and my husband's money is paying the bills. So if we want groceries and if we want toilet paper and laundry detergent, I need to be working hard and hustling. And I still have to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to try this, or don't do this and don't do that. Where it, from the outside in, it's like, well, you're being lazy. You're not doing your best. But God said you wanted to start your own business. And so you don't trust me. And I'm like, I trust you. But everybody keep coming at me. Like, everybody keep telling me. My mama loves me, but she keep telling me to get a job.
Yeah.
Help with this and help with that. And then God said, I don't care. Nobody knows what you asked me on your own. I got you. Either you trust me or you don't. And that's where it is. So sometimes he can feel attacked because somebody keeps asking him the same question over and over. And that could be an attack. And it could be as nice as they want to be. My mom was never rude. She's all, I'm going to help you with your resume. It was here. You can apply here. Send it over here. You got this. You got your college degree. You over here with a master's degree. You got all this. And, I can help you do this. So it was never as an attack, but it felt attacked because
of your situation.
Yeah, God telling me this over here. My mama telling me, and I love my mama and I love God, and I'm like, oh, I'm going crazy. And so I'm throwing this application all over the place, and there ain't nobody responding. And I'm gonna tell you, my mom made me a bomb application, and nobody still was responding to that. So you don't know how somebody is feeling because you're not in that situation. I was wondering why you didn't plug that in. So that's my thing, is keep that in mind when you're having these conversations, because somebody can ask him a question. It could be his family, it could be your family. Somebody can just ask a simple question of, oh, there's this company hiring, and that could trigger. And you don't think about it because you're thinking, oh, they're being helpful. So think about that too, Sandra, when it comes to your husband on jobs, because God might be like, no, I don't want you to work. And he might have asked for something a long time ago and not thinking about it, and it's his time. So you never know what it is. You never know what God got for you. Even doing YouTube is hard because sometimes you be like, oh, we got a lot of people. And the next thing you know, you don't. And then you're like, oh, I got a lot of people. And next thing you know, and it's like YouTube ain't bringing no money in. It's not really doing anything to make you, that you can live off of. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even buy groceries with YouTube money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, depending on where you are.
Like the big people, yeah, they can, but like people with 1,000, 2,000, up to like 10,000, 20,000, they ain't making no money to be paying no bills and stuff.
Even if they go up, it's the consistency. It's not like you can really bank on this every month to month.
So we walking by faith doing YouTube every day. So just as much as we want somebody to support us in that, and I'm gonna tell you, my family before we even got monetized was tired of hearing about YouTube. Like they're like, do something else. YouTube ain't doing nothing. And then when they thought, oh, you got monetized, you raking in the dough. No, I went from making $0 to now I make 10 cents. Shoot, don't tell me I ain't running something. 10 cents, yes. One day I made 20 cents. Now what? That's what it is. And people don't get that concept, that's what it is. It's a job. Now that we are monetized, now we got to do extra work.
Yeah.
And people don't get that. And the only people that we have help and support us is other YouTubers. And they can't focus on this as much as they want to because they got to work on their channel. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that people don't look at. So the same way I'm just saying with your husband is, watch out because there's people out there that can actually trigger that issue for your husband as well.
Well, Sandra, she says she stands up for her man. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it.
That's right.
And that's facts.
That's what I'm talking about.
She said, thank you so much, Sisters and Strawberry. Truly appreciate your kind words and support. All right, everybody throwing hashtag shout out in the chat.
Yeah.
Sandra, she said it's a blessing that my hubby does do side jobs with his friend and that he has a business and he started, so he had something available. He makes sure he offers it to him. Prince Daniel said, my co-worker, his dog recently just passed away, and they had to put him down. He was a German Shepherd named Spike. His family are planning a funeral for him this September. Take it to, he needs to know if there is any way to deal with this death.
My thing is, with, I had to deal with 3 dogs dying, but 2 died in my arms. You got to understand, for people who love their dogs and stuff like that, it's like having a kid. So their child just died. And a lot of people don't get that concept because they don't look at dogs like that. They don't look at dogs with a personality or, they're contributing to the family and all that. But it is, and they are truly a family member. So my thing is, don't ever say it was just a dog. Yeah. Because that was their family member. So don't ever come at them that way is all I'm saying. Is the same way you would ask somebody what they need or can they help if it was their child. Because that's how you got to look at it. It's not just a family member. It's a child. Yeah. That you be there and that support and understand. And if you would send them flowers for the child, send them flowers for their dog, and be supportive. Ask them if they need any help. What can you do to help them right now? Because those are things that they probably truly need, because there's a lot of people that be like, it's just a dog. And it's not. It was a part of their family. So you want to love them and be there for them in that. Even I know as a coworker, but just to know that somebody supports them and understands their thing, that's what it is. So just understand that their dog was their kid. And how would you be if it was actually a child and not an animal? That's how you would be for that person's dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were my mom's dog, but they were like my dog. And I know, like I said, both dogs died in my arm. And I'm going to just tell you, it was hard to deal with because, especially Baron Precious, both of them, it was hard to deal with them both dying in my arms, but they were family members. That was my girl. That was my brother. I just loved them. And so just to know that, and people just feel like they dogs. No, they are your family.
No way to it. But you have to understand the perspective of things when it comes to that. But LBG, he says, I have to move around, but But I'll see y'all again. Much love and respect.
Much love and respect. Thank you. New family member is in the building.
But yeah, even with that conversation, like, you know, people buy dogs and all that ahead of childbirth or something like that, and they grow up with the dog. Mm-hmm. So you also have that dynamic of, yeah, this is like my brother, like it's my dog right here. Really. This is my brother or sister. You know, I grew up with this dog. I take this dog out on a walk. I take this dog just about, you know, it done went from my parents' house to even my house. You know, some people, they do that. They live literally,
and their dog grow up with loves them, and they have never judged them. They have never turned them back. And all the mistakes that you make as an owner or as a parent or any, they never come back and be like, you did this to me. They love you regardless. Yeah. And that's love that people have been missing nowadays, because nowadays people get mad and be like, well, you know,
you did this. I don't even want to deal with you no more.
Yeah, but this dog has always been there. So you got to understand, when they lose that dog, they've lost a part of them. And that is a hard task to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, we got to welcome some folks in here. We got our family stepping in.
My family.
We got my homegirl, Juju, and my homeboy. See, we got JC family. Say what? JC family in here.
In the building.
Saying shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to you. We just gave a shout out to JC family. All right, you know,
I was so excited.
They had some jams on there. You know, JC family.
Every song was a jam.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
That was good. We was doing it over there.
Yeah, we did that.
We also got to welcome in somebody who's rocking. In the chat, he's kind of rolling, kind of scrolling. What? All right, kind of patrolling. We got DJ Vince rocking.
He rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking up in the building.
All right, he's doing that. We got DJ Vince rocking.
Yeah.
I said Queen and E. Hey, y'all, what's going on, DJ Vince?
DJ Vince.
Hey, DJ Vince.
DJ Vince.
Okay, we'll be right back after this quick message from YouTube.
Oh my God, girl! Did you hear about that beef between 𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s and MK?
No, what happened?
I don't know, girl. I was hoping you could tell me.
I'll find it out.
Yeah, girl.
Hi guys, it's Big Pimp Avi on 123 Big Pimp News.
Yo, tell me I misunderstood things the other night, because I could have sworn they really tried to play.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
There's nothing like friends. They got your back through thick and thin, and you can depend on them. Broke Spade, we're sorry, and we hope you can forgive us. We love you, friends.
Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, Broke Spade, we love you. We shouldn't have let monopoly money get between us two. You guys have always showed hella love. There's no need for us to pull out the big gloves. You have brought nothing but joy to our life, and your hearts are larger than life. Your channel makes people glad to be alive. Advice, reviews, and games, y'all helping people
friends
thrive.
Help you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye. Friends help you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye. Friends, Broke Spade, we hear how things went down. You always fix our crowns, and we were giving you frowns. Your whole loving family always comes through. Husband, daughter, son, and all your favorite nephew. Friends help you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye.
Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, Always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us cause we just want our friends again. Friends.
Let's go, family. You know how we've been out here in the YouTube streets trying to be cool with everybody, right? Big Rooster is out in the streets telling people that we rigged his bike.
Hey, we ain't scared of love and live. We ain't scared of that.
We ain't scared.
Not only did he do that, the lawyer got all up in the camera trying to threaten me.
We ain't scared.
We ain't never.
Now, if I had to get up in my camera again like Dave Chappelle, look here. We ain't scared of you.
This is the case of sabotaging the mic. Big Rooster is suing the Love and Live show for $10,000.
All right,
Hey.
we back. Now, JC family said, been bumping the song ever since.
Yes,
Okay,
we got the
JC.
beats. That's what I'm telling you. Friday nights when y'all be doing your thing right there.
Yeah, I might have to separate the songs for y'all.
Yeah. He got separated for us too.
Yeah.
So we can have it on game time, you know? Yes.
Whew.
So did we finish that conversation?
I think we did finish that conversation. That conversation was about comforting. Well,
Yeah,
make sure
man.
you throw in hashtag shout out. Yeah, it was definitely about comforting that situation.
Yeah.
And how, you need to support, stick up, because it's something that you might not realize is going on. But
Exactly.
all those passive comments can come off as passive aggressive. They might not even be trying to come off like that.
They don't be trying to come off like that. It's just they think they're helping, and all they're doing is rewriting something that they're dealing with over and over and over again.
Exactly. Like you're running it back.
And just because you're on the outside looking in doesn't mean that you know what they're doing or what they're trying to do. And you don't know what God has planned for each person either. You don't know what God has for you. And you can get in God's way. And God's like, you asked for this, I'm giving you this. So you can either listen to them or listen to me. And it's hard when the people in front of you talking and then God's all whispering, I got you. And other people like, girl, you can get a job over at the so-and-so and you can do this. And they got this one, they're hiring anybody. You like that, you can hear that a lot louder than.
Yeah. Now, I think we should step into this next question.
Okay.
I don't know why I was having a hard time coming up with this, not coming up with it, but thinking about this one, because I had this one already written down. Mm-hmm. Now, this one right here, okay, you know how people get when they start drinking and stuff like that. It can be very difficult. Some people, they act up, they act crazy. So in this specific situation, all right, this guy, he just, they go out drinking. It was just a party kind of thing. And, they had a good time. All right, they had a good time at the party. But his spouse, she was drinking a little bit much. He had to stay at a certain alcohol level so he could drive home. Mm-hmm. He already knew that was in his mind. Yeah. She sometimes does get a little wild, get a little crazy. And he understands that with her. He has that understanding. But I think she had a couple too many drinks, because when they got home, she was yelling and cussing him out and just acting in a way that he was just very, very, very confused about. He's like, I didn't even do nothing. We just got done having a good time at the party. Now you aggressive. Now you doing all this. Now you're just acting up. And she just ended up saying some stuff that kind of hit him in a spot where he started contemplating a relationship. And so now he's kind of at a point where, should he consider ending things over her drunken rage?
I'm going to say this. One part that I'm missing out of this whole conversation, does she get drunk like this all the time? Or is it just that one time?
No, she don't get drunk like this all the time. But when she get drunk, she get drunk.
But certain drinks can make you act crazy. Yeah. I had this one boyfriend, literally, he drank wild turkey and he's fine. He, all of a sudden he's pastor. He's all this other stuff, just great. But then he drinks beer or any other liquor, and he's an a-hole. And I'm like, oh, you can't drink those no more. When you drink that, I don't even want to be around you. You do you, I do me, and we're not gonna kick it. Because I'm not dealing with the attitude. No, because for some reason, because when you're the person that they with, that's the ones that they're attacking the most. Yeah. And I'm like, I can do you with wild turkey.
Yeah.
I can go to church
Mm-hmm.
when you drunk with wild turkey. He proposed and we going to Vegas to get married with wild turkey. He's a gentleman. He's a little crazy with wild turkey too, because one time he just sat on the couch butt naked. We had friends over and everything, and he was butt naked, and he like, this is his house. He can sit on the house butt naked all he want. One time he got on the wall and he was like, can you see me butt naked? So he's just crazy when he drinks. Yeah. But then you have him on the other drink. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like ready to fight. I'm like, you don't even know me like this. Now you want to battle. Yeah, because my thing is, you don't disrespect me. You don't talk to me crazy. I don't care who you talk to, but you ain't talking to me crazy. Yeah. So that's how, we've had some issues with that. So sometimes it's just to find out what drink triggers her to do that, and then keep her away from that drink. Yeah, but do you feel like it's right for him to even contemplate that, or you feel like that's I don't know what she said, but whatever it said, it really hurt him. Yeah. But did she apologize the next day? And then she might be like, okay, I didn't know that it really affects you, because sometimes right now he's talking about should he stay or go? Yeah. I'm not thinking if I get drunk and act crazy that's part of our relationship breakup deal. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking, I'm drunk. That's just what it is. Yeah, I'm not in control of myself. I'm not sleeping with somebody. Yeah. Then I can see, you better not drink it. Slept with a couple people, whatever the case may be. But so I think it's that thing where I keep telling y'all, it's communication. Really, if you ain't communicating, giving people ultimatums is not a thing. But you could be like, we got to figure out what you're drinking that's making let's just talk about it. Come for me like this, because I don't know if I could take you coming for me this many times. I'm gonna just tell you, even though you're done with it, it's still in my head, and I'm still thinking about it. I can't let it go, and the more you do it, it's pushing me away from you. So that she knows that, because she might just stop drinking all the way. Be like, I didn't know I was doing that. Yeah, I didn't know. I know, not that bad. Yeah. I know I'll be getting a little crazy, but I know I was stepping in that room. Yeah, because this is one drink. Your mom said, it's beautiful. She said I didn't look beautiful that day, and I acted up. And my thing is, I don't even know how they got in the car with me being as drunk as I was. And when I get drunk, when me and her get drunk, we start thinking we rappers. Oh wow! So you just so we be up in the MC session. Yeah, we was up in there just a rapping thinking we rappers over here. So we got to the house. You got your table. You know how on the bottom bar right there. So you put your foot up there on the bar, and then she was like, I said, I can't get down. It's too high up. She said, put your foot down, and I went off like, you trying to break my leg? I'm this far off the floor. Yeah, I'm drunk. I don't know I'm this far off the floor. And now I'm mad going on. So she said, you can't drink beautiful because it didn't make you beautiful. And I wasn't trying to get the drink beautiful, really. I was trying to get the pink panty dropper. Okay. But I got beautiful. Okay. Because I didn't know what I was saying. So they brought me this glass with a shot of Coke. And I was like, this ain't pink. I don't know what this is. And until this day, she'll tell you. She on here, she'll tell you I was not beautiful. And I can't drink beautiful around his mother because I wasn't beautiful. And I was mean. So, certain alcohols will make you act up. All right. Well, we got Leo back in the section. He said, what's up? What's up? He said, I hope all is well. Yeah. He said, OMG, not naked. Oh, my. Yeah. Oh, yes, he did. And it was me. Matter of fact, it was me and his mother. And then his brother and this other guy, his best friend. Well, our best friends. And he's just sitting there. And when I say butt naked, I mean everything hanging out. And he said, and all I can do is go like this. We be like, I don't want nobody seeing my man. This is who he is. What am I going to say to a drunk person right now? Like, what am I going to say? But when we tell him about it the next day, he's like, I didn't do it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, you did. Well, then one time him and his brother was stripping on the table, showing us that they worked at the strip club. Now, you talking about some two-pits, just bony. So we've been through some experience. Well, with drunk people. That sounds pretty crazy. JC said, thank you, everyone, for being here. If you haven't, smash that like button. Yes. Right. Smash that like button. Nicole, she said, well, some people believe that liquor is a truth serum. Yeah. That alcohol loosens your tongue and say what you really feel. They do say that. I don't believe that. But did we welcome in Nicole? Because I don't remember welcoming my sister. Yeah. Oh, did we? No. She's sliding through. Okay. Saying, what it do, crew? That's right. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Nicole Reeves.
Nicole, I'm very sorry if we didn't
Yeah,
introduce you
I
before.
don't
I
remember.
had it in my mind,
Yeah.
but maybe we got past that.
I
But
don't think
Nicole,
we did, yeah.
if we did it, I apologize.
We apologize, sis.
All right.
But no, they do say that, but I don't believe that because I think anything comes out of my mouth. Just whatever comes in my head comes out of my mouth drunk. And what I think drunk and what I think sober is two different things. I'm a person that speaks my mind all the time.
Yeah, but it'd be case by case. I mean, think about getting a quiet person drunk, right? And that quiet person starts talking.
They're just talking.
You're not gonna start listening to stuff that they say when they usually are very conservative and quiet.
No, you're
not gonna hold it with no weight or anything.
No, because I'm laughing. The reason I say that is because people always say that when you're drunk, you tell the truth. No, when you're drunk, you have a different mindset.
Yeah, you're saying
now some people might tell the truth because they can use the excuse of drunk, and they might not be that drunk person that black out and they can remember everything they say, and they just want to be able to throw some digs in.
Mm-hmm.
But from me being a drunk person. When I was drunk, no, for real, when I was drunk, literally, I just said whatever my drunk butt wanted to say at that moment. It didn't have to be truth. It could have been a straight lie.
Yeah.
I'm a superwoman. No, I'm not. You know, I can't pick up a piece of paper without being heavy. You know, I just say whatever I want to say. And then they say, well, a drunk person speak the truth. I'm not gonna walk around talking about I'm a superwoman. Like, that's not my conversation. Like, you know. Yeah. And I say that
it's two different dialogues.
Yeah, because my thing is, I'm a person that speaks my mind all the time now.
Yeah. So when
I'm drunk and I already told you the truth.
Yeah.
So me telling you the truth but now I'm just saying whatever's on my mind at the moment. I might tell you, drunk, get a divorce. That ugly son, something. All he did was eat off my plate. That's what I'm talking about. When he eat off your plate, he a cheater. Yeah. You gonna go, was she telling the truth? No, you're gonna be like, I'm talking drunk conversation. Yeah. Whatever is in your mind as a drunk person, you think is law in your head as a drunk person.
Yeah, because you're taking it in a whole different aspect.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not your conscious mind.
No.
You acting up.
I got drunk mind, and I don't think people give me that leeway to say, you got drunk mind. Drunk mind is different than sober mind. Mm-hmm. And some people do play off of it to tell you the truth when they done drunk and you think they drunk and now they're telling you the truth. Some people do that, but I think that is a subconscious thing. Like, not subconscious. I think they really know what they're saying. They just finally say you ain't gonna be able to judge me on
over that.
And then I think people done added that as that's the truth.
Yeah.
But drunk mind is not the same as sober mind. Not for me anyway. My drunk mind is whatever. Like when I just told you, I thought this far off the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna break my leg. Was that me telling the truth? I mean, literally, I could just put my foot down. It wasn't even a far foot. It wasn't even something that was gonna be a pow. It was a thing. I mean, think about it. Like the stupid stuff people do. Yeah. Ain't no drunk thing.
Well, Leo's laughing. He said, "Oh my, you dropped what? Mm-hmm. What was the drink that you was drinking? Trying to drink?" He said, "You dropped what?"
I want my pink panty dropper.
Okay, GJ3 saying good communication is a must for whatever relationship that you have today, even for family and friends too.
Exactly.
All right. Prince Daniel said the check I recently just put in the bank, I'm using it to pay for my co-worker dog's funeral. The second one is for a rainy day.
That is so sweet and kind. God's gonna bless you, Prince Daniel. That was sweet and kind.
Oh, for a rainy 3 is the magic number. Oh, okay. All right. Mother Earth said, now he's a deacon.
Yes, exactly. Now you see, she already know who I'm talking about because she know. We've been through a lot with them. So what I'm telling you is the truth. She right there can tell you I'm lying to tell the truth because she know.
GJ3 said, when people want to block, they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
There's a problem right there too.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. All right, so when they block, you don't even worry about them too. Because they sure ain't worried about you. So don't waste your time worrying about them. But just pray, and then keep it moving. Boom. Keep it moving. All right.
I am.
So don't. Oh yeah. There you go.
Don't waste my time worrying about them, but just you pray and then keep it moving too.
Yeah, he came with that.
Hey, Lisa. Hey.
What's going on, JC? Say what? Say what?
Say what?
Mother Earth.
All three are you?
Okay, my bad. All right. Mother Earth said it was beautiful.
Yeah, she did not like me with beautiful. Yeah. I can't drink beautiful. To this day, you don't know how many years ago that was, but to this day, it was over. I didn't know Chris. That's how long it's been. Me and Chris been married 24 years. I didn't know Chris. And she still to this day say I can't drink beautiful. So there you go. So I'm just saying, to me, I think people have drunk minds, drunk brain, drunk things. So I don't believe you get the truth unless they just want to tell you the truth.
Well, Leo's saying welcome in. Press like when you come in.
Come on.
We about to actually spin to win. So make sure you throw in hashtag shout out if you haven't already.
Shout out.
It's your last chance to throw in hashtag shout out. Throw it in. If you haven't already, don't matter if you already got a shout out. Throw in.
We don't care if you need 20 shout outs. We give you 20 shout outs.
All right. So with that being said, I think you're ready to spin.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see who's going to win the shout out this week. GJ34! GJ34 is getting a shout out for this week. Okay, GJ3.
Let's
do it.
Now.
GJ3 is getting a shout out.
Getting
Can't
them
wait.
Jams on. E-Money be your boy, Smooth B. We are ready.
All right, so with that being said, you got anything else you want to say about today's relationship advice?
Well, we only had one person.
Yeah, so Sandra win by default. She's gonna get her.
And she did 2 questions.
Yeah, she did.
And we talked about both of them for a while.
And we did. She had some really good questions.
Yeah.
And she even has actually more than 3, I think, or more than 2.
Yeah.
So I think she had about 3, maybe possibly 4, because she came in with one I didn't mark.
Oh, see.
Yeah, so
she actually came. Questions,
she came through with pretty much most of the questions for today. And
so GJ341 shout out. Sandra won. Hot topic questions today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we love you all. You gotta put the form in.
The form? Do you
Where's
want to
Sandra?
put the form? Okay, well here we got the form. Sandra, fill out the form. It's right here for you.
Especially after we see people change their stuff.
Yeah, information.
Yeah.
There you go, Sandra. Make sure you fill out the form right there. And that's kind of our game time winners form, but we playing the game on here, so it's the game time winner form for you too.
There you go.
All right, even on relationship advice. So make sure you fill that form out. We about to hop out. We're gonna let everybody know. Remember
to love and live each day as if it were your last.
Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all.
Yo. L&L. It's hot, taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and live. Let's go. Love and live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Elijah always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up after pop up. Shop up after shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire bringing all the heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you
Favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth.
Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it yourself.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up, please stay up and live. Get up, please stay up and live.
Love and live each day as if it was your last.
The love and live show.
Love and Live shots.